So now, Ambassador Yun, would you?
All right, thank you very much for the very important inputs. And what we should address with this meeting is to decide on the specific steps we need to take in following up the discussions the High Commissioner and the mayors had. And I think we can build on the suggestions made by my mayor. And that the first thing was already being discussed by you guys, which is the statement in the name of UCLG. And I took note of the previous statement issued by the UCLG on 23rd of February. And it's a very important statement. But as we already discussed, that addresses the rule of law and the need for respect for the democratic elections and the legitimate mandate. So it's a kind of a very good principle, but the situation in Myanmar has progressed so far. So further than this, we need more elements. So first of all, I think we need to update this statement, and we can reinforce the message, and we can also enumerate specific demands as you guys already discussed. So first element I think is, well, by the way, I think already the UCLG has taken the authorship of this statement, and I think we can agree on the elements by this discussion, and then UCLG can offer a draft statement, and then we can agree by sharing it maybe in a few days to come. And we will also appreciate the comments and the input from the OHCHR. But as I heard from you guys, the main elements should be, first of all, I think we need to express our solidarity with the people of Myanmar who are under distress, to say the least. And then we can also express our concern about the violations of basic human rights of the Myanmar people. And then we now can segue into our action, our statement in urging the military junta to stop their brutalities or atrocities. It depends upon the languages. And the main part, I think, should be the part we call upon the international community to join us for making pressures on the military group in Myanmar. And then we can include the measures you already mentioned about the procurement and other pressure points that we can enumerate. And also, we can also include the opinion of the member cities who also demand their national governments to take appropriate actions to stop the brutalities and then build on the pressures on the military junta. So these will be the elements that should go into the statements. And also, I think there were some other elements that I may be missing now. But because we need somebody who will put these elements into a very nice draft. I take it that you have already something in mind, but I'm just enumerating all the elements that we should include in that statement. And also under the pressure part, we can also express our wish to have our ASEAN states who are a little bit ambivalent about what's going on in Myanmar, but should also take more proactive positions. So we can also express our wish that the ASEAN states, as neighboring countries of Myanmar, should also come stronger on their defense of the basic human rights of Myanmar people. And then also there was a very nice suggestion by the High Commissioner that this event should also provide the opportunity for unity among the people of Myanmar, including those minorities who have been discriminated and who were not looked after enough. So these should be the elements I think that should go into the statement. I think I will stop there about the statement itself, but about the actions. And I think that there was a comment about the some cities who would like to go further than others. So I was thinking, so we can maybe we can form a specific group. We can call it whatever we like Myanmar Action Group or Myanmar Core Group of UCLG, so that those more proactive and forward-looking cities can join. So we can open that group. I mean, we can include in the statement that UCLG has decided to form a Myanmar Action Group of cities that will consider and discuss specific measures to help the people of Myanmar in the crisis. And then we can open that group for other city members to join. Maybe we could put a certain limit on the number of cities, and then we can discuss specific measures among those cities about the actual steps we can take on the ground. So that's about the statement, but about the actions, because the mayor also suggested that these cities can take specific measures. And in Korea and in Gwangju, we have issued a lot of statements, but maybe because they also feel that the people of Myanmar, they are so isolated and powerless, and then all they get is only words. I mean, Gwangju people didn't even have words from outside, because the news coverage about what's going on in Gwangju 41 years ago was totally, banned at the time. But the thing is, Myanmar itself is totally closed up now, and as I mentioned in the previous meeting, even the remittances of money and getting in the some assistance is totally impossible. So the Myanmar people themselves can smuggle in those items or money themselves at the risk of their lives or their safety. But the cities or international community is not in a position to try to infiltrate that kind of impediments. But another component that we can think of is diaspora groups of Myanmar people in those cities around the world. In Gwangju, the mayor, Mayor Lee, already had a meeting with the Myanmar people in Gwangju. And I was told that these people, wherever they are somehow connected with the CDM people, and they may be able to funnel in the resources or the items. But what I'd like to suggest is not about getting the money or stuff into Myanmar at the risk of some other people's safety, but we can also support the diaspora people in your own cities. And in Korea, I was told that there are some journalists from Myanmar who were expelled from their own country, but who are still active in covering what's going on in Myanmar through their contacts in Myanmar. So our support for those journalists can also be an important action of support for the people in Myanmar. So these are the elements that we can do on the ground in each cities. So about these kind of actions, I wonder how we can implement this kind of ideas. Maybe we can put some website, and it can work as a bulletin board, and then we can compare our notes about how each and every city members of UCLG are doing with regard to with regard to their work of assisting Myanmar people in and outside of Myanmar. So that's the rough idea I have about the second part of the suggestions made by my mayor. Let's hear from you guys.
There has been